So something to know as a cold emailer, you have one job. Like you literally have one job. You have one job at all, and you have nothing else besides this job, and that's the book calls, right? There's people that go through like the vanity metrics of like click through rate, the open rate, all this sort of other stuff that no one cares about. Like literally no one cares about this, okay? Like so what? You got a 10% reply rate. No one cares. Like genuinely nobody cares, right? You have to book calls. Just book calls. That's all you're supposed to do in today's day and age, right? Just do that, and if you can focus on that only, that's you're good, okay? So, metrics to track. There's a few metrics that people track nowadays, and I'll go through it. So, this is what I was going on about before. So there's open rate, which is you should be looking at around a 50+%. But what I will say is I've never tracked it. The reason being is it damages deliverability. So that's the first thing. Would not recommend doing that. The second thing is your click through rate. I have literally never tracked this at all. I don't send links in emails. You're gonna land in spam. So never send this as a like a just something in an email. It's dumb and just don't do it. Right? The reply rate is next. So this is not including out of offices. So it's about 1+% ish. So obviously, out of offices is another good metric to kind of go by if you want to know your actual deliverability rate. But if you want to actually see what people like the deliverability and like people responding, getting back to you, really important, good to know. 1+%. Anything below that, your campaigns are dead. Just replace inboxes, replace everything. I'll go into that in a second. Um, we have bounce rate, which is less than 2 to 3%. I think that's the correct crocodile sign, or the less than and greater than. That's what I learned in primary school. So it's less than 2 to 3%. Anything more, your verifier is dead. Your leads list is just a problem in general. Maybe your spam is up. Maybe you're on a blacklist. There's a lot of different reasons for that. Um, Positive reply every 4 to 700 emails. I've had campaigns where I've gotten a positive reply every 200 emails, which I will actually go through, which is one of them there. I've had campaigns that do 600. I've had campaigns that do 1,000, 1.5 plus, right? It depends on the industry. This is like a general metric I go by. I use a lot of AI in my emails. You should be having AI in your emails realistically because, or definitely some sort of lead segmentation, like very, very good, strong lead segmentation using maybe Clay or Bitscale. But the idea is this is a good metric to go by because if you're in this range, you're already doing pretty well as a cold emailer. And I always aim for the lower end of 400, and I'll go through kind of what my metrics look like now on some of those campaigns and how I plan on improving. And then meeting book rate is between 1 to 2K emails. That's like I want it around that area. Like 1K, if I can send 1K emails and book like a meeting, that's moon scaling, right? That's if I get that, I am ramming volume like nobody's business. Like if you get like 1.5 is like you're kind of like in the middle, you're kind of like okay, and if you're doing 2K emails, it's like you can do better, right? There's something off, and you have other metrics that you should be trying to figure out. So again, this meeting booked at the end is the only one that really matters. But okay, when I say really matters, it's subjective. But everything here leads. I can't even highlight this, but everything here leads to the meeting book rate, and meeting book rate is again all that really matters. And then you can go past like qualified lead and all that. But if you can book meetings, then you can kind of qualified leads as well. Like that's like a whole different thing. So yeah, I have a note here which says I don't track open rates because it affects deliverability. If you guys don't know this, when you basically track open rates, there's a little pixel inside the email, and it basically when you open the email, it sends a message back to the I guess the recipient slash the server, and it just tells you if it was open or not. So the problem with this is people much smarter than me inside the cold email deliverability space have said first thing is the spam filters check for pieces of code. So if you track this, you're gonna hit spam more often. That's the first thing. The second thing is um, a lot of these not even spam filters, but basically the sending providers. So like if you're like iCloud or Microsoft or Google, again, this is the people much smarter than me that do this. I don't even like. There's a few of them, and basically they just say that when you send an email and it kind of goes through the email, it's checked by a bot beforehand to make sure there's no like super like scam links and everything that like actually protect people because people do get scammed like by stuff like this, and that's why it has a kind of a bad rep. But there is a possibility of you getting scammed, right? And when that happens, obviously that's like not a good thing. So they have bots check through in that flags as an open rate as well. So that's a robot checking your email, and that's not an open rate. So it's not really a good thing to kind of check.